Let's look at another one. Reading the domain of this red piece, and I'm reading the domain of this blue piece, and I'm going to put them together with the U in the middle, okay, a union symbol. So let me start with the red one. But look, when I'm reading domain, I need to make sure I'm only reading the X values. Domain is X value, possible X values, okay? So Y values, these numbers on the Y axis are there to trick me. So I'm going to erase these. I'm not going to look at these Y values. I'm only going to use the numbers on the X axis. So starting with the red one, the far left point of this red graph is, is right here at 1. So write bracket 1 because we have a closed circle. And how far does this go to the right? This is as far as it goes to the right, and that stops right at 3. So 1, 3 is the domain of this red piece of the graph. Let me read the domain of the blue one. How far does this blue one go to the left? The x-coordinate of this point is 4. So I'm going to write down 4, comma, and it goes to this white, this open circle whose x-coordinate is 5. But it's an open circle, so I'm going to draw a parenthesis. So when you want to type your answer, you will write this down. Okay, let me just copy this. But you will stick a U in the middle to say the domain is union of this red and this blue. That's how you can read the domain of this function. All right, I'm going to erase it all and talk about the range of this function, okay? All right, how low, let me mark this as purple. Oh, you know what? They overlap. This is going to be a fun one. I got this purple and green marked. But take a look. How low does this purple piece go? The lowest point of this purple piece. The lowest point of this purple piece is -5, right? So it goes from -5. Looking at this closed circle, I'm going to say bracket -5, comma. And look, it goes up. It goes up to, whoopsies. It goes up to 0. And I know I said 0. I didn't say 1 because 1 is the x-coordinate, right? But when you look at how high up it is, you need to be using the y-coordinate. So I said 0 because this point right here is up at 0. Okay? So it goes from -5 to 0. But what happened is, if I go to this other graph right here, the green one, it starts. Actually, it was already started down here. It continues. It's like the purple one stops at 0, but the green ones keep on going up. You see, the green one goes up as high as what number? 2. So I can just say, well, the lowest point was marked by this purple graph. That was -5. They had this overlap. Even the purple one ended at 0, the green one started at -4 and kept on going up until 2. So I can write the range of this graph as a single interval instead of a union, because if you write this as a union, you would have written it as like -5 to 0. And the green one would have been -4. You know what? I'll do it this way. -4 to 2. But you notice how this has an overlap, right? So take a look. I may explain this. If I have 0, 1, 2, 3, and -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. This is what the purple one is doing. Purple starts at -5, and goes to 0. So purple one covers like this much. Okay? But green one starts at -4 and ends at 2. Okay? So the green one goes like this. See? You notice how the purple and the green overlaps over here? So if you look at it just from how far to the left, it starts from -5 and it goes, it keeps on going, but then it stops at 2 there, right? So that's why the range of this piece function is a single interval, because they have this overlapping interval, okay? So hopefully that made sense. And that one was the second example of goal 2, domain and range from the graph of a piece function.